This week on the Unqualified Gamers Podcast, the boys talk about Helldivers 2 coming to Xbox, MetaQuest 3 Xbox Edition, and Superhero Simulator. Episode 125, ladies and gentlemen.
125. Yeah.
No, we need to stop everything because you are now recording things that I do not want recorded.
So start recording. Everything's been live on Rumble for 10 minutes. So
I know. I feel bad for those people. They're getting everything. The stop restarts.
What a week! Welcome back, DrZusse.
It doesn't even feel like Thursday. I'll tell you that much.
Dude,
right now.
That was earlier. I was like, shit, I'm like way behind today. That's why I told you I might not make it on time, but I ended up.
They got your tree down. Well,
no, they didn't.
Oh, they just plugged your line back in and said, we'll get that later.
No, they never unplugged my internet line. My internet line is off it's now run just on top of my fence on the ground. Instead of hanging from my house. They worked for an hour cutting the tree. They made a couple of cuts and the lift broke.
So they couldn't tie it down
So it's CC luck. Like the entire thing is just punishment luck.
I've been trying. So one of my best friends owns a tree company, a tree cutting service. That's what he does for a living. His entire family works for him. He has a whole crew, trucks, stump grinders. Can't get him to come cut my tree down.
Damn.
I talked to him like
that doesn't
2
sound like
weeks
too much
ago.
of a friend there.
He's just really busy, and I get it, right? Because before I'd been like, "Will you give me a deal cutting this tree down?" Like a year ago. Yeah, man, I got you. I'll do it for like half price or whatever. And then like a couple weeks ago, I'm like, "Hey, I really need this down." He called me, apologized, said he'd fit me in the next week or two, and then I never heard from him again. I texted him like last week. I was like, "Hey, man, can we get this down?" I don't even want a discount at this point. I just need it down so it doesn't fall on my house.
See, I'm an actual paying customer, not just a friend.
I've got another guy that was coming to cut it today because I've tried to hire several companies. Nobody will show up, and the people actually showed up today. It's a gnarly tree. It's gnarly. It's over top of my power line, over top of my house, and over top of my garage.
I think you have talked so much trash, and Cedar Rapids is such a small area that everyone just knows who you are now and wants nothing to do with you.
It's possible. It's entirely possible.
Plus,
I drive a Tesla, so they're all like, "Fuck that guy."
His older brother got in the ring with you at one point, and he's just like, "Yeah, that's the guy that beat up my big brother. I'm not going to cut his tree down."
It's possible. I don't know.
They listen to the podcast. They're like, "God, he hates Iowa, but for some reason he wants to stay here."
Dude, I don't know. It's been like record-setting temperatures this week. It's been so hot. It's just been brutal.
How hot?
Speaking of hot temperatures,
like 110 with index. Like it's extremely humid. It's been raining like every night, and then it's just so hot during the day. Like it's like you can't even breathe. It's so humid.
Yeah, Vegas. It was 102 at 11 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Vegas is like a dry heat, though, right?
Yeah, it is.
You'll definitely sweat for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So while you guys were dealing with that stuff, I was in Vegas, and I was in California. I was in Hawaii. It's been so nice.
I've been going to work, Zeus. I've been going to work every day.
I go to work. I actually went to Dallas again. Well,
some of us make poor life choices, Paddington.
Paddington.
Have I not explained the whole Paddington thing to you guys?
Paddington Bear?
Yeah, Paddington Bear.
I mean, I had kids, so
I've heard it before. But
okay, so Miss and I were hanging out one night, like when we first got together, and we're watching a movie, and a commercial or an advertisement for Paddington comes on, and I'm like, God, I hate Paddington, and it's just this visceral hate for Paddington. And she's like, why do you hate Paddington so much? And I'm like, he is always getting himself into bad situations through poor life choices and expecting the world to bail him out. I absolutely hate this bear because it gives people like this false idea of how the world works.
You can't call me that because I don't expect anyone to bail me out of shit. I get myself out of everything.
Yeah, I have a hard time asking for help, if we're being honest.
Right, but
that's not my thing. I can't do that.
Bad situation through poor life choices, Paddington.
Hey, this tree is not my fucking life choice, okay? It is my worst enemy. It's going to destroy my house. That's not on me, okay? All right? It's not on me.
I bought a house that only has one, like, small tree in the corner.
I didn't choose this house either.
I have so many trees on this 5 acres.
Yeah,
we've cut down quite a few of them. But, I mean, that's because the wife said, at least 5 acres, we're going to have a farm. But I can't complain because now I'm getting, like, fresh goat milk every morning, which, of course, they'll say is not safe for human consumption. But we've had the goats tested, and it's amazing to have, like, fresh milk every single day.
I had a friend that had goats, and she gave
goat
me
milk.
It's so good, dude.
Goat milk soap.
Yeah, well, that's what we have upstairs. But we didn't make the soap. It was from one of our family members for Christmas to my wife.
Florida man. That's what it is, man.
It's ranching, man. I mean, my sister up in Michigan.
He's ranching with them goats and them bees and all the cats. And
the honey will eventually come out
dogs,
too. Yeah, the eggs
the birds.
with the ducks and the chickens. And
dude's got way more
cat in the
than
cradle and the silver spoon. You know what I mean?
Hey, how many goats you got?
E-I-E-I-O,
6 right now.
On his farm,
how many have you had total?
Kids.
Total right now we have 6.
Yeah, how many did you lose? Just
as in like that have died or ran away or whatever?
No, just the one that ran away, right? Never found it?
Yeah, we had the one that ran away. Yeah. Okay. Never found it. Little
bastard. Apparently might not have been following for a while. Kai lost a goat a long time ago.
we used to
like when I first moved here. First of all, I'll say this every single time. I did not lose the goat.
You can't blame the child. Dude.
I 100% can blame the child. He was, at the time, he had to be like legit next to his mom at all points in time during the day. And as soon as she went in there to try and screw in the bolts or whatever, he just slung open the cage, the side of the cage, ran in next to her and just left the cage wide open. Goat went gone. So
wait, hold on. Are we talking like the goat kid? Or are we talking about like a child kid?
The child, my son. Okay. Yeah,
things get a little weird.
As soon as we got back home, I don't know why she didn't keep it in the vehicle, to be fair, but as soon as she got home, came over to the cage, put the goat in the cage with her, closed the cage. We started putting on the last 2 things that needed to go on, like the clamps for the side of the caging. And while we were working on one side, Tatanka went over to the side that wasn't clamped, slung it open, ran next to his mom, and left it wide open. The goat just took off. And it was a black goat in the middle of the night. Couldn't see it for shit.
All I can imagine with this whole story that you're saying is I'm just imagining Jurassic Park now.
Kind of like that. It's kind of like that. Yeah, but with a goat. Yeah.
And goat and gators. Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I actually got to go to the filming site of Jurassic Park.
See?
While I was in Hawaii. There's this whole tour. We didn't go on it. We had friends that did it before.
It happened in Hawaii? I didn't even know that happened in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you sit on a bus for like
it actually happened
hours.
on Isla Sorna or Isla Nublar or whatever that is, but yeah.
What? And yeah, he's
the name of the
islands.
The islands from the movie. Like, come on, dude.
I thought they said it was in like Puerto Rico or something like that. Costa Rica.
Be a real Jurassic Park fan, okay? Like,
I thought they said it was in like Costa Rica.
No, it was in Hawaii.
No, I'm saying in the movie they said.
No, they had names for the islands.
Sure, but they were saying it was like islands off of the coast of Costa Rica or something.
Oh, wait, Kai, are you one of those people that thinks things are filmed on site everywhere? That
no. I didn't think it was filmed on site. I just didn't know it was in Hawaii.
Yeah,
I didn't know where it was actually filmed.
Like I was saying, so you can take like this 2.5 hour bus ride. It's it's like non-air conditioned, just school buses. And they drive you around, and you can just like see the these little things with like fake dinosaurs. But instead, one of the other tours that they offer is called Secret Beach. And so you get on this little like boat and they take you across this pond, and it's this private beach that you go to. Water was great. About 30 yards off, there is a coral reef that you can go and like do snorkeling and you can like look at. And then about 150 meters out, there's a sandbar. So if you can get out there, there's like a whole canoeing thing. You can actually go stand, way off land, and you're only like waist deep because it's the sandbar.
They have sandbars in St. Pete Beach too.
You completely lost me with the no air conditioning.
Bro, I'll be on that. That's how I drive home and to work and stuff. I just roll my windows down.
Like I said, that's why we didn't do it. I mean,
you're a psycho
we just
guy.
Well, that's how you get used to the heat. You don't sit there in the AC and then go, "Oh my god, it's so hot," when it's 83 out. Yeah, don't need the AC. Just get used to the heat. I will say, what is it? Busch Gardens in Tampa Bay, the Africa one. They have now implemented a dinosaur Jurassic Park kind of themed area. It's not fully completed or whatever. It's funny though because there is one dinosaur that'll spit water at you without you knowing, unless you know it's there, obviously. My mother-in-law was looking at one dinosaur, was like trying to check it out, and that dinosaur that spits water turned at her and just...
Dude, they had like a Jurassic Park experience thing. I saw it advertised on Facebook a few years ago. And I was like, I'm going to go to this. Like, I sent it to the old lady. I'm like, we're going to go this weekend. It's in Des Moines, like 2 hours away. And the more research I did, it was like, it's just for little kids. I was like, oh, man, this sucks. Like, I was heartbroken.
Did you hear about that aquarium that, like, got, I guess it was shut down or whatever? There was a jewelry store that was listed as an aquarium. And they had, like, small fish tanks everywhere. Yeah. They had one fish tank.
But
that
they
was,
actually
like, a
give...
decent size with some sharks
They actually
in it.
give tours, though. To the fish tanks, though.
Yeah. But there's like 10 fish tanks in there.
Yeah, it's like a jewelry
and they're
store.
like half of them are sitting on top of the jewelry case. There's like one wall on the backside that has like some sharks in it or something like that. And a woman took her kids because all the pictures on the maps only showed like the aquarium stuff.
Yeah,
and I think the aquarium side of it got cut like permanently closed or something like that on the.
You think they were trying to like get away with some like tax credits or something?
I think that's what it was.
I don't know. It could be. So we're going to jump into some things here, but before we jump too far, I've been getting just raked in the comments lately. All right,
that's why your tree's not getting cut down.
Yeah,
people know who you are. Yeah,
it's possible. So I just checked. So
that's what happens when you don't have your like dedicated fall guy here.
Right. I don't know, man. I got a comment on a short from episode 123.
Yep, that wasn't there.
I'm too old to wear Nelk Boys merch.
Oh yeah.
What does that mean? Like, is there an age limit on being a fan of Nelk Boys, or are you like too poor to buy their merch because are you like jealous that I have it?
They
like,
just know
what is that?
And they're.
I am 38 years old. Thank you very much. I am a huge Nelk Boys fan. I watch all of their stuff, and yes, I buy their merch sometimes.
Not a big enough fan,
but apparently, I'm not allowed to wear Nelk Boys merch because I'm too old.
I don't even know who this person is. They are that you're talking about.
You don't know who the Nelk Boys are?
No.
I mean, no.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, apparently, I'm too old. The week before, the same week, I got drugged through because Iowa sucks.
We all agree on this.
And what else was it? Oh, that
you couldn't run 10 steps with Racy.
Run 10 steps with Racy. Which we still don't have the video.
I know. Well, he hasn't done it yet. I don't know if they will or what, but I think Lincoln's with him this week trying to recover from his surgery. So
I got catfished by Ray because I got a text message from him and I was like, "Oh, dude, this is it." It was a picture. It was of his truck. Put new side steps or something on his truck. I'm like, dude, I want to see you get, chase your fiance or whatever. But anyway, yeah, keep the hate comments coming, guys. I love it. Appreciate it.
Well, something that
you chasing down the wife thing. It's I've seen a few of them, and if it was a cop actually like chasing them down, they're just going to straight up tackle them, and they're not going to worry the fact that there's like gravel and sprinkler heads or whatever else.
Yeah, most of them I've seen have been in grass, but and they just like grab them. And it's
Racy's fiance is a cop, so he could probably tackle her and she'll be fine.
I still think she's getting. I think that he hasn't done it because she's in his head, and she's getting away, and he knows it. I'm pretty sure that's why he hasn't done it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what I think.
Just gonna throw this out there again because we finally got a code. I don't think Zeus knew about this unless he listened to the last episode.
I listened to every episode.
Missa ordered some.
I don't know who was it that would never listen. What was Reap or something like that? We'd say stuff and he'd never listen.
Everybody that was on the podcast
before.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to just call out every one of your previous co-hosts.
Yeah, every single one. Yeah, but we got a code for Moody's Brewing. So if you like tea, don't forget to pick up your banana bread tea. 10% off if you use UGP10, Unqualified Gamers Podcast 10. 10% off your total order, which I believe there's still the if you buy 3, you get like 15% off. So get that additional 10% off. Just use code UGP10.
Yeah, Missa actually, she did buy some. It came in a couple days ago.
She tried it?
She tried it. It was the banana bread.
Yeah.
And I guess there's also some kind of rum.
Bourbon black tea.
That's the Black Barrel
bourbon.
Tea
The bourbon black
barrel.
Tea.
Yeah. Did she order that too?
It was weird. So it came in like like a big glass container that actually had like a seal on it, and then a medium size, then a small size. And the medium size was the bourbon, and then the small one was chamomile.
Yeah.
So I'll be honest, I
she got
probably
the set.
will not try hot tea while it's 95 plus out here.
What's your AC at?
Okay,
try it
so
while you're inside.
Well, I thought
No,
you
no,
didn't
no.
leave the house, so you don't care what the temperature is outside.
No,
right?
no, so my AC, it's okay. So you set your thermostat, right? And when you do it, the thermostat thing is the temperature in the house is supposed to go down as your house cools off. Because of where our thermostat is, the temperature is going up. So like there's one hallway where the thermostat is that's like 85 plus at almost all times. It's right by the return. So like all the air through the rest of the house comes into this one area after it's cooled off, and then hits the return. So this one area just doesn't cool off. We thought our thermostat was broken. It actually says like call service repair. And then I looked it up. It's
divert.
But no, like down here, I keep trying to make things easier on Missa because I'll actually close the vents behind me because the AC is running the other side of the wall behind me. So I'm the first one to get all the cold air. And if I leave both my vents open, downstairs will be like 15 or 20 degrees cooler than the rest of the house.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty normal for a basement, though.
I shut off the AC in the basement here, too, because I don't need it. It stays cool enough down here.
So. Yeah, I was about to say,
we are thinking about getting
door open.
a like a little window unit just for at night while we're sleeping, just to help out with it.
That'd be a good
idea. But
our
power, like the electricity bill is so much cheaper out here than what we were used to paying when we were still in California that we just said, forget it. And it just runs 24/7 now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Electricity bill is going to be a lot cheaper out there for sure. And then you get that extra little unit for at night. You'll be set.
Yeah,
You'll be
it's
so
great.
set.
That's what we do. I don't care about the electric bill. I will not live in heat. I won't do it. I'll go get a hotel.
But you want to move to Texas or Florida.
Yeah.
You hate the cold, you hate the heat. So unless it's like exactly 70 degrees, you want to live in California.
He's going to migrate.
I'm hearing.
He's going to migrate.
All I'm hearing is that I wish I was in California.
I want to move away from the snow, and then I want my house to be cool. It can be hot outside.
Texas still gets snow, right? And ice?
Fucking not enough to make it, not enough to matter.
Oh, okay.
I'm just making sure. I know the state shuts down if they get like a trace, but like I would be the only one out there driving around because I don't care. I drive.
Apparently, I say my area only gets like 14 inches a year. So
that's too much. Too much for me.
No, I'm totally good with that.
Yeah, I haven't gotten any snow in the last months. I don't know how many years that I've been down here. So
we had a really long winter this year, though. It went from like October through May.
Michigan had like 4 springs. It was crazy. It'd be like start warming up and then it'd go another snow and then start warming up and then another snow. And I was like, pass.
Is Michigan really a state?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Are we sure it's not just South Canada at this point?
It's Canada, basically.
I would consider maybe the UP closer to being.
Michigan and Minnesota are basically like Southern Canada.
And North Dakota and Montana.
I've never been.
The main mitten of Michigan is surrounded by water away from Canada, right? That's where our separation is.
Here's a question.
As where you got all the northern states, like North Dakota and stuff that like literally border Canada.
Yeah, but if you go up there, like to the north, they talk with a Canadian accent because they do in Minnesota, and it drives me nuts.
No, my uncle lives up in the UP.
I'm sorry if you live in Minnesota. I apologize, but y'all talk like Canadians. Went into a gas station one time, and I was like, "Yeah, I gotta get over here. I gotta get out of here." Anyway, so yeah, good comments that we've had. Andrew mentioned that the Lenovo Legion Go is another option to the.
Yeah, he's mad at us talking about the Xbox handheld all the time.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this thing when it first came out, though, right? Yeah. I believe.
Yeah, we did.
I've looked at it. The prices are actually it's only $600 now, so that's with the terabyte storage and stuff. So
yeah,
apparently it has a bigger screen,
8.8 inch touchscreen,
but I guess
144 hertz refresh.
You can't play the Xbox. You can't have like the Game Pass on it or something. You can have Steam on it, I guess.
You can only play the titles that are Play Anywhere on it.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, if it's not an Xbox Play Anywhere title, you can't play it.
I don't understand the point of handhelds anymore. Like, I get it if you got kids or if you are a kid.
I think it's more of a traveling thing. Like,
yeah, that's the only reason I want it is for when I travel.
Or you're like a rich dude like Kai and you can afford it. You just have one for when you.
Yeah,
which Kai are you talking about?
It's this guy I know.
It's Racy.
Yeah, there you go. He's probably got.
You mean Casey?
Racy,
Casey, both of those ACs.
Yeah.
But no, I'm so baffled by why people keep buying handhelds. Because, like, okay, so cool. It's for when you're on vacation, fine. But when you're on vacation, you have things to do. You're not one of the kids. So if you're driving, and I'm assuming that you guys aren't passenger princesses, so I'm assuming you guys are driving.
Always.
My car
Which means
drives.
you're
I don't know
gonna
if I
be-
trust my wife to drive. If we're
Which
being
means
honest.
you're not going to be like playing it while you drive. Now, if you're taking a bunch of vacations and you can, take it on the plane with you.
I think
Okay,
it would be like
cool.
good for people like Kai who travels from work and then he sits in the
Mhm.
hotel all night. and
Man,
does
if I
nothing.
would have had it for all the times I traveled to Dallas, holy cow, would that have
I
been?
mean, I don't want one because I don't go anywhere really. So, but
Even on
Yeah,
my
if I were
stuff,
home all the time, yeah.
I just downloaded episodes off of Netflix and just watched that on the flights. But once I
Yeah.
got to the places I was going, I had no time. Like, I brought my laptop with me on all of these vacations. I pulled it out, set it up, but then didn't actually touch it. And the only reason I even pulled it out of
Yeah.
the backpack is because I wanted the backpack to carry with me to, do other things.
last time we
I-
went on vacation, I did buy Stardew Valley on my phone, but I also downloaded a bunch of episodes of a show from Netflix on my phone.
Why do you need just play it on your car?
See,
I didn't take my car when I flew. Last time I flew, like I figured I thought I would play Stardew Valley on the plane, but Bree sat next to me, so I gave her one of my AirPods and my AirPods, and we watched Netflix the whole time. I didn't even play.
I do download for flights. I'll download a
Didn't
movie,
play it.
but once I get back, once I'm in Dallas and I'm working, like it's just work and then the hotel room because I don't have the car, and I'm not going to Uber everywhere. So, I mean, I'm just gonna stay in my hotel room unless somebody is like, "Hey, we're gonna go get dinner or something." I'll be like, "All right, count me in," then I'll do it. But
What's all this stuff I'm seeing that Steam is coming to the Game Pass? Like our current gen Xbox, I keep seeing videos about this.
There's
Have you guys not seen this?
The new Xbox that's coming out.
I've heard that.
Steam.
I've heard that's going to have it, but I've heard it's coming to the Game Pass before that.
I haven't heard of Steam coming to the Game Pass.
You haven't heard that? Okay.
I've heard. I know Steam is coming. So they did have. I mean, they've been talking about like the Game Pass, Steam coming to Xbox, and one of the things that has been pretty big has been PlayStation on the PS Plus side of things. So obviously, one of the biggest parts of Xbox Game Pass is the day ones, right? New releases, day ones.
Yep.
PlayStation has come out and said that they're not going to do that. There's not going to be any game. When you want to get the game when it first releases, you're buying the full game. Otherwise, you're going to have to wait a year or more to be able to get the game on Game Pass.
What Microsoft is integrating Steam into the Xbox ecosystem, allowing players to access and launch their Steam games within the Xbox app on PC. So
correct.
I read that wrong. Okay. So
I was about to say, I don't know how you can have Steam as a library on Game Pass. I mean, could you imagine?
I don't know. I mean, we're going to see how it happens.
At that point, you win. Xbox wins the console war hands down.
Unless they do something before the next, because I think the next Xbox console is going to be sooner than we think.
I think it's supposed to be 2026. I think
that's what I'm thinking. And if it has Steam on it, it's over. It's over.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
and I just bought a
PC.
PlayStation Friday. I bought a PS5 Friday.
I mean, I still have the PlayStation Fund going, I guess, but I like that PlayStation has, like certain games, Helldivers 2 being one of them, which is on Steam. So that would be great to play on Xbox, but that might even come to Xbox sooner than Steam being on Xbox because apparently they're in the talks of Helldivers 2 coming to Xbox.
Well, PlayStation better do something because if Xbox is going to get access to all their games a different way, they better do something.
I don't know if we talked about it or not, but I mean, PlayStation, their big thing was just dropping prices while everyone else was increasing them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they did that for
they just dropped it for a short
couple weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think PlayStation's thing is the people just like the controller better, which I don't understand it. I've always liked the Xbox controller better. But the thing that pissed me off was when the new Xbox came out, they didn't make a new controller. They use the exact same controller as the Xbox One. But you like that controller, so why are you pissed? Yeah, but I want that was it's always something from the Xbox One to the Xbox to the Xbox 360, new controller. Xbox One, new controller. I like the controller,
but the Xbox One wasn't much of a difference from the Xbox 360.
A huge difference. Humongous
What?
difference.
Why was it a
I mean,
huge
when I
different one?
upgrade
Because
my
the
hold them in your
haptics.
computer,
hands.
I'm going to be using the same mouse and keyboards. Like,
Yeah,
if I
yeah,
find
but
something I
like,
like.
but
Now,
like,
if they have these things and they make their stuff forward compatible, where you can use the old controllers for the new stuff. Okay, cool.
that's what Xbox did.
Yeah.
So you can use like your
You
360
can.
controller.
No,
with,
you
like,
can use your Xbox One controller with your Xbox X.
Okay.
So which is kind of cool, but like they have the Xbox Elite controllers that are really, I really like those controllers. They're just heavier and they just feel like they're built way better. So like, why not just release like those with it? But I mean, I don't know. I just thought it was kind of lazy to not release a new controller. Although it's nice that you can use the old ones with it. But yeah, the
Well, with us being in
360 controllers were like swooshed down more and like wider and like they're different.
I got one upstairs. I mean, I could bring it down, but it's upstairs.
They're definitely
leave it up
different.
there,
They're definitely different. I mean, the button placement's basically the same, but it was
controller's pretty much the same.
Yeah,
it's a little sleeker, but they have a MetaQuest now version of the Xbox 360. It's really just the MetaQuest 3S, but they have a Xbox version of it. So now it has like it's a team up really with the Xbox. It's like $400, but you get like the limited edition controller, which you can use any controller to connect to your Meta already, as long as it's the Bluetooth, which 98% of them are, unless you got like the first Xbox.
Yeah, I heard that. I just was reading about this today too.
Yeah.
The MetaQuest coming out on Xbox.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, it's just a partnership. It has the black and green headset, the matching handheld controllers for your in-game movement, and then it comes with 3 months of Game Pass Ultimate. So
which is really big though, because like PlayStation's always like they've had VR since the PS4, and the PlayStation 4 VR was really good. I thought it was super easy to set up. The Kinect I thought was cool, but I don't know. It wasn't perfect. I remember
it wasn't
like,
VR. It was just
the Kinect was wonky. Like, it was and it wasn't to work the way you wanted it to.
I mean, it worked good for me. Like we used the dancing game.
If you put it on top of the TV, it worked way better. Because
see, we didn't put ours on top of the TV. Ours was right under the TV.
We had it in front of it and under, and it worked okay. But like when I put it on top, it was a game changer for that. Because but I also don't understand why they jumped away from that so quick, because the Xbox, like the last 360 bundle that came out, had a Kinect with it, and that was kind of trashy. But when the Xbox One came out, it came with a Kinect, and I thought, oh, this is cool, this is awesome. But when I bought a Slim, I still had my old Kinect, and I had to buy a $45 USB adapter to be able to use that with the Slim Xbox, because there's no plug-in for it in the back, which was kind of
those
stupid.
Games the ones that they said they were no longer supporting, and they got rid of a bunch of them?
Probably got rid of some, but like I honestly liked it for Madden, because I could like make hand motions to like move my line and stuff in Madden.
I didn't even know you could do that. Honestly.
Yeah, that's what I liked.
I just knew of like specific games for the Kinect, and I think a lot of it was like distance too from the Kinect. Because if you obviously the closer you were, it couldn't read your full body, it couldn't do the movements. But
that's why it worked better when it was on top of the TV.
I mean,
for me.
They're still using Kinect for ghost hunting, so just saying.
God. But the controllers look really cool for this MetaQuest on the Xbox.
They look sweet.
Look really sweet.
Well, it's a special controller. It's a limited edition controller.
But not only the controller you get with it, but like the one hand thing, they look way better than the PlayStation ones.
Oh yeah,
I never liked those PlayStation ones. I thought they were kind of cheesy with the little ball on the end of them. I was like,
dumb.
But I played a lot of Rick and Morty on PlayStation VR. My cousin brought it over here, so
they have they did leak. Here we're just gonna do this again. They leaked Xbox and Xbox 360 games are supposed to be coming to PC. This is gonna be called like Xbox Classics. I don't think you're gonna need a simulator for it. I don't know. That was just the thing, it was leaking Xbox Classics of those games coming to. Maybe you can hook up your controller. Or
games are like, what Xbox games are not on PC at this point? Like, what 360 games aren't on PC?
I think most of them, a good portion of them are.
That's what I'm like. So what is this leak? Like what are we really putting out there at this point?
I'm sure it's just gonna be the Xbox and 360 like full library.
Well,
would just become
an Xbox
library of its own.
Xbox game,
Like
Mercenaries.
Fusion
awesome.
Frenzy would be a huge one.
That's
like racing, I wanted to play that one. Would be huge.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot that aren't on here yet. So
maybe not. But they also updated their aggregated gaming library, so they have the ability to launch any game you own from whatever popular storefront, Steam, Epic, Battle.net, without the launcher now. So, but I mean, that's going to be on that handheld versus, I think, Xbox, like the console itself had an update with the game bar too, but you're not able to launch the third-party games, obviously, on that or anything yet. You'll have to get the new Xbox console, but it did still update that gaming bar, which instead of when you originally logged into Xbox and you were on that homepage, it would show your most recently played games, and you could just select one and pop it up, or you could go down and create your own pinned games and stuff like that. But now they're making it to where you can have whatever games you want pinned at the very top. But when you click on it, it pops up with another thing like, do you want to start this game? You can take that off, though. You can go and do, personalization, games and apps, and you can turn that off. So when you click on a game, it automatically just starts the game. But right now, I think you have to select that you want to start the game. So slightly irritating update, but still.
Yeah, they Xbox is doing a lot of cool stuff right now. So
a lot of great updates.
Of course, I just bought a PlayStation 5, so that's really cool.
Well, yeah, that's the tree people don't like you. Xbox is like, well, if he's going to buy a PlayStation, we're going to make some major updates. I mean,
but I mean, like my PC is basically an Xbox, so
Well, wait for your PC to get something that an update's going to be amazing for it too, and you're not going to get it. Ooh. Probably a Windows 11 problem or something.
I love Windows 11. I'm a big
Windows you did finally get that fixed, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Like I said, I've been gone for a bit, so I don't know what has and what hasn't been fixed. Honestly, I haven't really talked to CC in going on 3 weeks, other than yesterday.
Yeah,
and I was still in vacation mode. I
talked to you before you went on your second vacation for like 20 minutes.
I need my mom to retire so she can come down here, stay in the mother-in-law suite, watch the kids, and my wife and I can take a hiatus for a week to, I don't know, somewhere cool like Hawaii or Costa Rica or something.
No offense to the people that love Hawaii, I don't see the draw. Like I don't see.
Is it super expensive?
Yes.
I figured it'd be very expensive.
For I have a price. I don't get it.
I have a friend who lives there. My friend Sandro lives there. He's like one of my great friends in the Marine Corps, and I would try and stay with him, see if he'd let me stay with him on the main island.
Marissa has family there, but her friends went, and we didn't want to, impose her friends on the family.
Did you guys have an Airbnb, or did you get a hotel?
So we went and got an Airbnb. But that wasn't 14th
cheap.
floor or something on this little place.
14th floor of an Airbnb. What?
Yeah, it was basically it's basically like this apartment complex or condo complex that is just
a lot of people.
I guess all Airbnbs.
Yeah.
So it's a Airbnb hotel. Okay,
basically, yeah. That's what we stayed. We stayed at one of those on South Padre Island, Texas. So yeah.
But no, I mean, like I said, the whole thing was nice. It just for the price, it's just not worth it.
I think I'd only want to go once ever just to say I'd been. Same thing with Alaska. I just want to go to Alaska to say I've been to Alaska.
Like I love going to Florida for vacation, but I prefer Texas because it's half the price.
Oh yeah. When you go to those touristy areas, like St. Pete, Tampa, St. Augustine,
but we go to Clearwater when we go to Florida. Clearwater, Tampa.
That's another. That's
it's touristy
area.
But so is South Padre Island, Texas. It's all touristy, and it's still half the price every.
Yeah, but it's not as much of a tourist area as.
You don't think so?
No,
I don't know. I
mean, we get people in Florida from all over the world, especially for Disney World.
That's because the people go to see the Florida Man. Just do.
Well, I mean,
shit.
multiple things. Yeah, for sure. That's probably one of them. I mean,
just
especially if he was working at Disney World, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
did you hear Jon Jones officially retired?
Yes,
Jon
Jones.
Okay.
See, that's the thing. It's like, so I'm a big UFC fan, and I think he will fight again. I think he will. I think he'll fight Tom Aspinall. I think it's all just a play because he wants a shitload of money, and he deserves a shitload of money.
He left the last podcast that whatever podcast was talking to him about fighting Tom Aspinall. He left.
Mhm.
So he just left the podcast. So now he's retired, officially retired. He called
that's the
Dana
thing.
White and
That's the
told him
thing.
he was retired.
Yeah. You can call and say you're retired all you want, but if the money's right, I mean, dude, Jon Jones is no human steps into a room with Jon Jones and walks out over Jon Jones. He's the greatest fighter of all time.
Wow.
He's the greatest of all time.
Well, one of the arguments that was had was, he wasn't giving people that were like lesser than him a fight because it wasn't really going to do anything for his career. But
well, okay. The thing is like he is the greatest of all time. He's never lost. Okay, there's a loss on his record, but it was a DQ loss and it was complete bullshit. But he's beat the top fighters since 2008. He's fought everybody, and everybody they put in front of him is like, oh, this is going to be the one that finally beats him. Nobody even comes close to beating him. Alexander Gustafsson did come close, but the second fight wasn't even close. DC was like the greatest heavyweight of all time. Apparently, he got smoked by Jon Jones. I mean, that's the thing is what does he gain from fighting Tom Aspinall, who's younger and bigger?
Yeah, but I mean, that's how he built his career. He was the younger fighter that took on these guys that had a name to them, and then that's how he built his career. So why would he?
But you know,
why would he just now? But why would he say that? I'm not going to fight Tom Aspinall because he is, this young fighter that hasn't really had any sort of thing that's going to help my career. When his entire career was built off of being that guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it wasn't though. He was the champion, like early in his career, like, and he never lost. Like that's the thing. He earned every fight that he got, and I'm not saying Tom Aspinall does not deserve the fight, but I think that they're just off on money. Like Jon Jones is like, okay, I'll fight. It's going to be the biggest fight in UFC history because of all the hoopla around it. It'll be like a McGregor fight. He wants to be paid for it. Like I don't blame him. He wants to make a lot of money, and he should because that's going to sell so much. It's going to make so much money. I don't blame him, but I think he'll fight him though.
Well, because I guess Tom Aspinall just instantly became the new heavyweight champion automatically. I mean,
he was
have to fight him for it.
He was the interim champion already. So because Jon Jones got hurt and couldn't fight, so he fought somebody else for it. But I think Jon Jones will fight, and I think he'll beat him within 2 rounds. I don't think it'll be close.
I don't know.
That's my opinion. I've been watching UFC since it came out, and I don't think anybody can touch Jon Jones. He's just too good.
Never say never.
Yeah, but yeah, nobody can beat Jon Jones.
I think Jon Jones should fight the Island Boys.
Yeah, the Island Boys have had like fights, and they've got their asses beat every time.
Yeah, did you see that last one?
Yeah, I did.
Who'd they fight? Charleston White.
Yeah, they call him Uncle Charles or whatever.
Yeah, he didn't even like the Island Boys didn't get like knocked out, or it wasn't to the very end of the match. It was literally the Island Boys basically forfeit.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was like, "Oh, I want a timeout, and they're like, "You don't get timeouts. Like that's not how this works."
That's what they do, man. Their shtick is so old. I can't believe they still are getting these fights. You see how much money they probably made a couple $1 million for doing that fight. And
probably.
Like
there's Miranda Musgrave was on there too.
They couldn't beat your daughter. They couldn't beat your daughter in a fight. My daughter would smoke both of them in a fight.
Oh yeah, my daughter's a year old. Could probably beat him.
Yeah. Have you ever seen them? Have you ever seen them throw punches?
Oh man, it's horrible.
Oh my god.
They like when you're trying to like pretend to be a really bad fighter and you throw a fist type of. That's how they fight.
Mm-hmm.
They fight like you're trying to pretend to be bad. Yeah. It's pretty bad. Yeah. Unless you want to go the complete opposite way and just be, a complete hero.
Hero?
Yeah.
Like Superhero Simulator?
Yeah. Have you seen that?
Oh no, I haven't seen it.
I actually downloaded it because it has the free demo.
Zeus is like, Jesus Christ, that's not good.
I don't want to be here, guys. I think another vacation's calling me.
These really good transitions. I know. I did download it though, and I did play it yesterday.
I bet you did.
It was not what I thought it was going to be. It's almost like kind of like Grand Theft Auto in a sense of like you have to go around and do these missions. Like they have small missions throughout the city or whatever, but you have to fly around and wait for them to pop up. And then, I mean, like you save somebody from drowning, you have to stop a burning building, and then you also have to you have to go back home. You have to take a shower. You have to become a taxi cab driver because saving the world doesn't pay the bills. So you got to drive a taxi and get people somewhere, eat food, and like you have like an energy bar and a high health bar and all that good stuff. And I'm just like, all right, well, this is a lot more than I thought. I mean, you can go through buildings and stuff, completely destroy buildings. That's cool. Put a hole in the building, but
no, that just it doesn't even sound fun.
Cheesy.
It sounds like what, Crazy Taxi or Simpsons Hit and Run with just extra steps.
Yeah. Well, you know how when you were in Grand Theft Auto, you could jump into a cop car or a taxi and start doing those small missions?
Yeah.
It's like that, but it's forced. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you want to, I mean, it is pretty cool when you are actually doing the thing or whatever. Like the very first thing I did was get into a fight with these guys that had guns and you had to take out the threat. You were punching them and just knocking them from here to Timbuktu. So that was a fun part of it. It was almost like you were in the Iron Man suit, but just as a superhero. So if you want to do that part, there you go. I mean, it comes out August 13th. Or that's the planned release date, but for now you can just do the free demo and see if it's even something you want to try.
Right.
So on the other side of the spectrum from superheroes, Tarkov and its realism has gotten a bunch of updates.
Yes, a lot
As
of
in
updates.
what?
So it's a bunch of quality of life updates. On the map now, when you go to select where you want to like go on your raid, it'll actually have a little skull icon that lets you know where the boss that's 100% spawn rate is going to be at the time. When you hit your objective button or O to let you know where your extracts are and how much time you have left in the raid, another little pop-up shows up at the bottom to tell you what time it is in raid. Because the time in raid is, I think it's one or 2 days for every real hour, or it's like 2 hours for every real day. I forget how the computation works, but now it actually has it in time. Like you wear a watch, but it's useless. It always has the same time. Sound is a whole lot better in the game. They now have a search option. So when you're in your stash, you can go up to a little search bar and actually find what you're looking for.
That's going to be super helpful.
So if you have, like 8 or 9 cases full of things and you're looking for a very specific key, you can start typing in whatever that key is. Or let's say you're looking for your dorm's keys.
You know how many times I've just
dorm.
known that I've had something, I've just went and bought it because I couldn't find it. Yeah,
because it's just it's so much easier to just go pay the 130, 180,000 rubles than it is to search through 15 or 20 containers.
I've also heard that hardcore mode's coming to Tarkov. Like it's actually going to be a thing.
I don't think it's a thing.
So we'll see. I don't know.
I know when that comes around. I don't know.
I mean, could you imagine? The only people that are ever going to get anywhere in that game are going to be cheaters, because if you DC from the game, you're getting wiped. And I mean, we all know how great the stability is for Tarkov.
Yeah,
if a single shotgun scav hits you with Magnum Buck from less than 50 meters away, it is one pellet to end your run.
Yeah, man.
And with the number of cheaters that are still in this game, I can't imagine anyone wanting to do that. The hardcore runs that they've had are, 0 to hero, where they just start off with nothing. Now I can imagine that being a thing where you don't start with a Kappa container, or you don't start with like a secure container. You don't start with weapons. You have a very limited, whatever it happens to be. You can't heal outside of raid. You can't use the flea or whatever.
Right.
But to end your run, I mean, you can go look at Desmond Pillock. He's arguably one of the best Tarkov players out there, and he still gets Tarkoved. Like, this is a dude with like 13,000 hours in the game.
It happens.
And he's
it happens
got
to everybody.
Disappears.
Well, no, it's like, so a good player has like a 15 to 20 KD. Like, we consider those people cheating. And you're telling me you're going to go do setup, you're going to do all of Punisher without ever taking an L.
I guess people do it. I don't know.
No,
people do it.
I mean, people have beat Elden Ring without getting hit once. So
it's true.
It's possible.
But those are very choreographed things.
You also don't get Tarkoved in
Elden Ring.
Ring.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you don't get some random dude standing in a bush off screen just one tapping you that never made a sound. You don't get a random
Snake rat.
grenade thrown at you that made no noise at all.
Uh,
Or you're not a bear that happens to go to Lighthouse and walk in the wrong part and get grenade launched from 400 meters away. Like there's so many things
It's a
in
gnarly game.
Tarkov.
It's gnarly.
No,
Makes me hate it.
I'm putting my thing on it, and I'm saying that is not a thing. That is never going to be a thing.
I think it's going to be.
I mean, I'm willing to place a bet with you, and people in the comments, you can let us know what we need to do, whoever the loser is here.
You're gonna have to set a date.
We'll see. Well, yeah, by release. I think it's gonna be there by full release by 1.0.
Damn, you were that confident.
I read like 2 articles on it today.
Oof.
So yeah, I think it's gonna happen.
What else is gonna happen?
Was on Reddit, but yeah.
All of a sudden, he's not so sure anymore.
Hey, no, the other one I can't remember where it was. I'll have to see if it's still open in my tabs. On my phone.
The Onion, Babylon B is now doing this stuff.
The Onion.
So
Yeah.
What else is coming out, Kai? What else?
Spider-Man 4. I don't know if you guys are fans of the Spider-Mans. It's the brand new day or whatever have you.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 4. That was actually confirmed by Tom Holland.
Yeah, I seen that.
So all they're doing is just reskinning Black Panther, calling it Spider-Man 4, and then that's where all the assets went for that game.
Yeah. This is a movie.
This is a movie. This is the movie.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is after No Way Home.
Yeah. This is the next movie. Yeah. So, I've heard about this, and I'm really disappointed that we didn't see the Tom Hardy's Venom.
Oh yeah, with Spider-Man
and Spider-Man, because that was like the after credits scene of Venom 1, I think. Yeah. When he saw Spider-Man, was like, I got him, I want him.
That was the second one, wasn't it? That was after the second
one. It could have been the second one. I can't remember, but it was after. It was after one of the. It might have even been after the Spider-Man movie. I can't remember, but it was definitely an after the movie scene.
It might have been after the No Way or not No Way.
Yeah, it could. Either way, I remember seeing that, and I've had. Oh, I want it so bad. I love Venom is one of my favorite characters ever, and Spider-Man's obviously everybody loves Spider-Man. Tom Holland, great Spider-Man. I wanted to see that so bad. I wanted to see him get taken over by Venom and just see him just be nasty and bad. And I wanted to see it so bad. But
probably would have been a little bit better than Tobey Maguire's emo walk with the.
I didn't see. That's like I'm like the small percentage. Like I loved all of those movies.
They were good movies. I'm just saying, if you look back at them, if you look back at the Spider-Man 3 from Tom, it's just the way his cool went wasn't exactly cool. You know what I mean? That was like a
yeah. I'm with you.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, they're saying it's supposed to come out July 31st next year, but Tom also said when he was talking about it that they were going to start shooting next summer. So I don't know how it's supposed to come out July 31st, but
yeah, that doesn't make sense. So
unless they're going to start shooting in like May and have everything ready by July.
Another thing, Halo Studios is allowing Spartan Survivors to move on, which is kind of a horde Halo type game, which I got to give like Halo, Microsoft, whoever owns Microsoft, like got to give them so much credit because they allow people to like create with their stuff, which is awesome. Like they let Rooster Teeth do the Red versus Blue. They supported them through that, which was great.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
They just like always let people use their stuff, and that's because they could be like Nintendo and just sue everybody for everything, and they don't do that. So that's awesome. I love that.
So,
I love it. They're not afraid, of people making stuff. So
I don't see Spartan Survivor on your phone, but I do know it's a PC game. So
I watched a video of it though. So
yeah. It's like one of those. What's the one where you're like flying a jet and then you get power ups and you can just but
it also looks like you're like have you watched a video of it played?
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a horde mode, like from like
it's basically a horde game. Yeah. You get upgrades and stuff where your rounds do different things, or you randomly start throwing out energy swords and stuff. So
yeah, but it looks really cool. I'll definitely pop into that. I actually played Halo Infinite last night for like an hour, and I had my teammate yelling at me because I was garbage because I couldn't throw grenades. I didn't have a keybind for grenades for some reason. And I'm like, I paused the game trying to like get my keybinds right. I didn't have a keybind for
What do you
melee
use?
either.
Yeah, what do you use for melee?
The front button, like side button on my mouse. Like
what do you
here.
use? This?
Most of my melee is 4 on my mouse.
Oh, I forgot you have like 76 buttons on your mouse. Yeah. I use C. There was an argument I had on TikTok the other day. I said, let me know in the comments what you use for melee. So I use C for my melee, whether it be a quick melee or to pull out my melee weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And people were saying like left control, but I use left control to go prone. I use shift to sprint and then caps to crouch. And when
I like control to crouch, except Tarkov, I use my mouse buttons to crouch and lay down.
Yeah, see, I use
my
control to lay
Tarkov
down.
Controls are insane.
I figure you're not going to use sprint, crouch, or prone all at the same time, obviously. So I just make them all right there on the left-hand side and just move my pinky up based on what I'm trying to do at the moment.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. I mean,
so
it's just however you feel comfortable. I don't understand how these people use like those claw controllers. Have you seen one of those?
Oh, yeah, where they put their fingers in.
My coworker showed me a picture. He's got one, and he was like, "Oh, I just got this. I love it. Like that's just a nightmare for me." Bro, also, like the people that use like the little like half keyboards for gaming.
Oh yeah, I can't do that.
It's like I would move it around. Like I have to use a full size keyboard because I move this big thing around.
I use my keyboard for more than just gaming though. Like so
do I.
Type stuff up and stuff.
So but like for like those, obviously they don't use. They just use it separately to game with.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So basically, you have your full keyboard and mouse, but then you kind of move those things up. And instead of just picking up a controller, you then have a left and right hand thing.
Yeah, or like the small keyboard, they'll use that too, like the same way. So I mean, it's just how you like to play. I like to play right here. It's so weird because I've got my PlayStation because like I play right here. And it's so weird because now I have my PlayStation, so I'm like sitting with my elbows on the desk or my hand right here where my keyboard is, and I just don't feel right anymore. So,
kind of random. It just reminded me because of Ballbuds, the Monster Tamer.
Yeah,
that's on here. Go ahead and talk about that because I have like another thing that kind of goes with it.
Yeah. So Ballbuds we already had Pal World, right? So it's similar to Pal World where it's got these creatures and you've got guns in the game. This is a grown-up version of Pal World. Like something happens to the animals at night, looks like they become zombies or something.
Is this by the same people that made Pal World?
No. This is a different studio. Now they did say that the developers are aware of the lawsuit with Pal World, and they had their lawyers ensure that they were in compliance with all US patents based around these types of games. So everything's good there, but it seemed like it's a mix between what's that one game you were playing where you were selling?
Schedule One.
That's it. It was like a mix between that because you have to capture these Ballbuds. You have to capture a certain amount of these ones and a certain amount of these ones to create certain.
Okay.
Yeah, certain.
Oh, I thought you were about to put them into a sweatshop. Like they're the things that are going to be making.
Nope.
That's what we did with Pal World. I mean, that's basically what we did.
Yeah.
But anyway, so there is a another collab that came out a couple weeks ago, actually, between Pal World and Terraria. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Terraria.
Yeah, it's like Minecraft, but a 2D version.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so I haven't been able to play it yet or anything like that. I have seen really good reviews on it. I was just wondering if you guys had covered those. It's a decent sized collab. Terraria is still one of like the top games on Steam.
Yeah.
Pal World, for what it was,
I've never played it.
You'd be hard pressed to find someone that has never heard of Pal World. And so again, I was just wondering if you guys had like talked about that at all, or if you guys know anyone that has played it.
I don't know. I know people who've played Terraria, but I don't know.
I own Terraria, and I've played 2 minutes of it. So yeah,
I don't know who.
But I've seen people
talk
play
about the collab.
But yeah, it's just this cool collab. Apparently, it's set in the Pal World. I wasn't even sure which way it was going to go. I wasn't sure if it was just going to throw pals into Terraria, if it was going to do something else. But I'll give you guys a little more of an update. I'll try playing it this week.
Yeah.
I have not played games at all for the past like 3 weeks. So aside from the past 2 days,
been traveling, man. I haven't played much either. It's
good to take a break. They have what is it? G.I. Joe collab on Overwatch too, but it's like 4 characters get certain skins. is really it.
You know, I wanted to do the skins and everything because they had a Street Fighter collab not too long ago.
Yep.
But in order to get all of the skins, it would cost you $100 in coins to buy 8 skins.
Pass.
I can't justify $100 when like that would have bought the base game, especially when it was on sale back in the day, 5 times.
Yeah.
Like I can't justify it to myself.
No.
Or any of those types of things. Now, I do have an account that if I were to sell it, even though it's against TOS, and I'm not going to do it, don't at me, Blizzard, but it is worth several hundred, if not thousands of dollars, because I do have a lot of skins that are no longer available from Overwatch 1. And that was one of those things that we've talked about it to death at this point, and Overwatch does a really good point of, I can still use all of those skins from previous games. COD, you're still screwing up here.
That's why I haven't. I think I did buy the optic skin in COD, but
you didn't get the Seth the hell's
no, but I really like. I'm a huge Jay and Silent Bob fan. I love Jay and Silent Bob. I wanted the Silent Bob skin so bad, but it was
it was like $40.
Yeah, it would have cost me $30.
Pass.
But and that's because I already had points.
Right,
but
and if you didn't have those extra points, it would have cost you like $50 to buy enough points, and then you'd have like a bunch left over.
I'm just not doing it, especially because I heard Warzone's going to be done, and it's going to be blackout again.
Yeah, that's
So that's what I don't understand how people continue to spend all this money on that when.
Why do you think they keep doing it? There you go. Now you're starting.
When
you see people start waking up,
there you go. Who they've targeted since their inception.
When you start seeing people wake up to the,
I bought a lot of Fortnite skins. I did buy a lot of Fortnite skins.
Yeah, but those stay with the game.
Yeah, until you get banned.
Cross over to Lego and stuff.
Until you get banned, bro.
Well, that's
your
on
fault,
you,
kind of.
I know I got banned for no reason. Okay,
we'll say
but I did buy more, but I refused to buy any of them that I had before. If that makes sense. Like, I'm not buying the same skins I had before I got banned.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah.
How would you feel about being able to merge accounts? Because this has been a thing that's been talked about in a bunch of other games. You know, not just having cross-platform and
there's
cross-play.
certain ones you can.
Right. No, and I get that. But a thing that they may have done it in the past, but I know it's not like a widely used thing. So if you have multiple accounts, like I have 4 different Overwatch accounts from like old Overwatch. Yeah. I have skins on them because you only play one of them during like that event week. Why wouldn't I be able to like combine those accounts?
Yeah, I wish you could.
The same email addresses.
So I also I wish you could do that, and I don't know why they don't let you. But
I mean, they don't let us because of real money transactions. Let's be honest. It's all about. And I don't understand because they've already gotten their money for it. Whether I have the skin, you have the skin, or if I have it on like 6 different accounts.
So I was wondering the same thing. I was wondering if it's maybe like a security thing. If they're not like worried about people like stealing other people's accounts and bringing them into theirs, that could be part of it. I mean, because like let's say I got your login information for your Call of Duty account, and I merged and I took all your skins, and then a couple months down the road you recover your account and it's like, oh, your skins were merged. Wonder if it's something like that. I don't know.
People in MMOs have been dealing with that stuff for years because all of your things that are in your bags, like my account was hacked at one point years ago.
Did you get your stuff back?
No. They gave me like interim stuff, but the things that I had collected, it had been so long to like, we can't recover those things, and they're just gone to the ethers. And it's funny because there are certain.
I wonder if it's something like that though, like because like that happens to people too.
Sure, it has something to do with like the coding aspect of it and trying
to. It's like a security thing, and plus like, I'm just missing this one skin, and I have it on this other account. But I really want it, so I'll buy it for this account too. Like there's probably a few reasons for it,
Well, I mean,
sure
there is a very lucrative thing to do. I mean, Counter-Strike has been doing it for years with skins for different knives or weapons or whatever. So it's there. I mean, there are some weapons that are selling. There's some skins that are selling for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Have they hit millions yet?
I would imagine some have, but I think that's probably one of the things keeping that game alive.
Oh, last thing before we go, I got to see in the flesh multiple versions of the Black Lotus this past weekend.
Oh, you went to
I went to Magic the Gathering Con in Vegas.
Magic the Gathering.
You guys can hate all you want, but at one of the places,
I would go.
One of my buddy, the one that's getting married, it was his bachelor party. Was why we were there.
I regret not sending you stickers, by the way.
I actually had a lot of people asking me about them.
Wow.
And shirts and whatever. Yeah, CC was supposed to send me stuff.
Yeah, I should have sent you stickers.
Surprise.
But next to us, so the package that we got was like a premium weekend. We got some booster packs. They were collector booster packs from the new Final Fantasy series. Yeah. We cracked them all. We looked at what we got, and them not really caring for the cards, they went to sell some of them. As they're selling, there's this guy next to us that is selling a Black Lotus and also 2 Mox rubies. So like technically 3 of the Power 9 cards from Magic the Gathering. He walked out of there with, I want to say, like 25 grand in cash.
Like, you got to see the card though? You got to see the card?
Yes, I got to see it. The dude's over there with like the little like gem magnifying glass looking over all the corners. He's on this website looking at like the 9 or 10 different things that make it the real card.
God bless you.
Good job.
Thank you. Trying to make sure it's not
yeah. Oh, it's on.
But just being able to like see that and have those things up there. The most expensive card we saw while we were there was a Black Lotus, and it was a near mint ungraded for $75,000.
Jeez, oh Pete.
Holy crap, dude.
Yeah, I don't care.
Ungraded. Just in a little protector sleeve, ungraded.
That's insane.
I did buy a collector's edition commander set for Titus, so it was the Final Fantasy X. It was about $300 after taxes.
My goodness.
Yeah, you told me about that. Yeah, that's crazy.
One of the artists for one of the main characters for Waka was there, so I got him to sign that card, and also Dogmeat from the Fallout series. So I've got a couple of cards that now have signatures on them. Also, I've already told Punishment that we're now going to a bunch of cons. I'm going to drag his ass with me.
Make sure he brings the shirts and stickers.
Whatever, but we're going to Japan because a bunch of the
if we're going to Japan, you're paying for my ticket, bro. I'll go with you, but you're paying for my ticket.
Whatever. We're going to take it out of your cut of the Unqualified Gamers podcast.
Oh, okay.
All 26 cents.
Yes, that don't worry about it. It's going to be it's going to be a company trip.
We'll expense it. We'll expense it on the Unqualified Gamers podcast.
No, but I'm going to start looking at a bunch of other cons that are coming up and trying to see if those artists or whatever are going to be there. I have an idea of having the Summoner, the 6 Guardians, and then Sin all put into some kind of a case with signatures on it. I just think it would look really cool. Again, I'm not a huge Magic fan, but I am a huge Final Fantasy X fan.
Mm.
So
I just looked and we lost all of our money on Rumble again. We didn't claim it, so it's gone.
Well, if you would have just claimed it, would have been nice. I guess.
I think it was.
Here we are. We're losing dollars.
No, we're losing cents. We're losing cents.
After like 4 times, 25 cents.
It might be $1 now, but
could have been $1.
You and your takes, you've never made sense to begin with. Kai, take it away.
Yeah. Well, one last thing before I take it away. Aniimo, which is coming out, I think, on Microsoft, is going to be a free-to-play Pokemon-like game, which this is the one I would be wondering if they're going to try and sue them, because this game looks pretty much exactly like Pokemon. The only difference is you can turn into your Pokemon or your magical companions, and they have like dungeons, PvP, PvE stuff just like you would find in Pokemon. That's supposed to be releasing only to the Xbox X and S / PC in 2026. So look it up, Aniimo, Aniimo, and it looks exactly like.
They gotta stop
identical.
stuff is like Pokemon, so they can stop getting banned. Or
Tell me
sued.
it doesn't look identical to it though. Look it up. Tell me it doesn't look identical.
It does. Oh, it does.
Yeah. But thanks everyone for watching. Let us know in the comments whether you agree or disagree with something that was said. Maybe even something you want us to talk about, kind of like Andrew did. You can also watch the show on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, and Rumble. Again, we are live on Rumble on Thursdays when we record. And then follow us on our socials. We got Patreon, Facebook, X, TikTok, and Instagram. Thank you all.